What's going on, everyone? So the Lakers have Luka and LeBron. It's going to be fun. Pair Mark Williams, Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Like, this is going to be a squad. I'm really excited for this team. But can LeBron James and Luka, can they work? Will they work? Can they coexist, right? Talk about two of the most high usage, ball dominant guys in league history. Is there a path to the two of them sacrificing and making it work? Absolutely, right? Talk about two of the highest IQ guys. Also, the biggest argument, in my opinion, for them figuring it out, outside of like obviously wanting to win a championship, LeBron James and Luka have never, probably in their entire lives, have ever played with somebody that was arguably as good, if not better, than the other. Right? This is the first time in LeBron's career he's ever played with somebody that is anywhere close to as good as he is. And Luka at this stage is better. Right? Same thing with Luka. Right? Like, Luka's probably, he was winning Euro championships at like 13 and was like the best player on the best team in Europe. Right? Like, he was a prodigy. Right? LeBron James is by far the greatest player he has ever played with and likely will ever play with. So if they were ever going to sacrifice for somebody, it would be for each other, right? And Luka is literally everything LeBron's been looking for, right? Since basically the 2020 season. That's why the Lakers went and got Dennis Schroeder and then ended up getting Russell Westbrook and then Dennis Schroeder again and then D'Angelo Russell, right? Like, they got these guys because LeBron wanted to have less responsibility, less on-ball duties, be able to play more off-ball, shoot more threes. That's why he's worked on his three-point shot and all that stuff, right? Like, he's been begging for this forever, and he got probably the best guy in the league for that. So, again, if this is going to work, LeBron's the one that's going to have to make the sacrifices. I'm not saying Luka won't make some sacrifices, because again, if Luka was, you got to think of everybody that's been on his team. He dragged a bunch of guys that you can't even name, another guy outside of Luka, to the conference finals, right? Jalen Brunson now you can, but that's only because Jalen Brunson became something. Like, he's done more with less than what the roster he has right now has, right? Like, but even with Kyrie, right, there was this struggle. It was the thing, because Luka's like, dude, I'm the best. Like, why would I give the ball to Kyrie? I'm like, I could do the things he's doing in my sleep, right? Like, the guy, he's like, dude, I'm the best player in the world, right? Like, but now you got LeBron. The respect, the accolades, right? What's LeBron? I'm the mentor, there's that, it's like the big brother syndrome, right? Right? If any of you have like little brothers or anything like that, like I have little brothers, and my little brothers are like twice my brothers are huge. And, but it's like big brother. Like, if I'm like, hey, like, it's big brother, right? That's my big brother, right? Like, and it's the, like, no matter how big they are, no matter how much better they are than you, for whatever reason, they just can't beat me at anything. They can't do it because it's that, like, the little brother syndrome, right? And to an extent, it's right. Like LeBron, like Luka said, like that's my guy. Like, that's my idol. Like, I get to play with LeBron, right? Like, it's just, there is this sense of like, they're going to figure it out and make it work. However, I'm not saying it will for sure, but there is a possibility that this doesn't work, and B, there's a possibility that there is a learning curve. More likely than not, there's probably going to be a learning curve, and I kind of worry about that a little bit, right? Lakers might lose a couple games that they probably would have won otherwise just by figuring it out. It is easier to integrate a role player than a star, right? Like Dorian Finney-Smith, for example, immediately came in, had an impact, was our best plus-minus guy, all of that, out the gate. Why? Because he built an entire career just being a 3-and-D guy. What do the Lakers need? A 3-and-D guy. It's like, hey, you know what you've done your entire career? Yeah, just do that here, right? And he knows how to do it. He knows his role. He buys in his role. He knows how to play off guys, all of that, right? Like, that's fun. That's good, right? But then you integrate a superstar who's used to having the ball, taking all the shots, getting all the attention, like everyone works around him, right? Now he has to slot in and play with a guy that is, not like as good at this stage of his career, but pretty close, right? Like, he can get to that level still on any given night, right? So there's going to be this kind of learning curve. And not just that, you got an entirely new roster. You got to build new chemistry, right? And, oh yeah, by the way, Luka's the point guard, which it's one thing if you're the shooting guard and you're the superstar, because it's just like, hey, the point guard's going to bring the ball up, give it to you, and you're just going to go get a bucket. No, on the contrary with Luka, he's responsible for, yes, going and getting buckets, but also getting everyone set up, right? Building that chemistry with Mark Williams, right? Where does Rui's shooting pocket? Does he like it to the right? Does he like it to the left? Does he like it center? Does he like it high? Does he like it low? Right? That's important when you're a point guard. Austin Reeves, where does he like it? Does he like it high, low, center, left, right? Like all of these things Luka's going to have to work through and figure out on the fly, and you only have 38 games or whatever it is to do it, right? To get into the playoffs, to get to contention status. Again, it might go seamlessly, right? It might be beautiful. LeBron might go, hey, Luka, we will work around you. You do your thing. We will figure it out. Don't worry, my guy. Handle business, right? And it might go smooth. And Luka gets to be the guy, and he gets to play like he does in Dallas, and LeBron's playing off of him. And when Luka's on the bench, LeBron comes in and is just aggressive. Look for LeBron to be more, like, look at that game against the Clippers. He was very aggressive very early. I think you're going to see more of that throughout the course of the season. Because I think when Luka's in the game, LeBron's just going to play fully off ball, let Luka do everything. Right? When Luka goes to the bench, LeBron's going to come in, and I think he's going to go, okay, now's my time to go get, like, how many times have we seen LeBron go get, he has like 4 points at halftime, and you're like, dude, and then he'll finish with like 25. You're like, wow, he scored 21 in the second half, right? Like, that was very quiet, because it's just like, 1 or 2 here, 1 or 2 here, 3 or 4 here, and then the fourth quarter, he'll get like 4 or 5, and it just all adds up, right? Like, and then where I think now he'll look at it as like, okay, it is go time, right? Luka's on the bench. I'm taking over. We don't have his scoring. It's time for me to be aggressive and inject myself and all that stuff. And I think you'll see more bursts, like, towards the end of the first. He rattles off like 4 straight points, where usually he's trying to get guys involved. Start of the second, he's still in. Boom, boom, like 6 straight points. Right now he's got 10, and then at the end of the second, boom, boom, another 4. So now he's got 14 at halftime rather than, his usual 6 to 8, right? And then same thing in the second half, right? That's what I think he'll end up doing. I think he'll kind of inject himself. Also, it's good because you'll always be able to have one of them on the court. And a lot of times, LeBron goes to the bench and the offense just falls apart. Won't with Luka. And you'll also be able to cut Luka's minutes down, which is probably huge for him. I mean, the guy has to play 40-plus minutes a night, right? Like, people talk about his injury history and all this other stuff and blah, 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 blah. Dude, the guy was playing 48 minutes a night in the playoffs and like 40 minutes a night in the regular season. With LeBron on the team, you'll probably be able to cut his minutes to 30, right? He'll probably want to play around 35 because it's Luka. But I mean, even if you cut him down 5 minutes a game, that adds up over the years. Like, that's the difference between another injury or not, right? Because he won't have as much responsibility. He won't have to work as hard, right? If he's having an off night, right? He always has LeBron to pick up the slack and make up for it, right? Like, he'd be in a great shape regardless. Like, these are things that he just didn't have that luxury. If Luka's not great tonight, you're not winning, right? Yeah, could Kyrie go off and have a great game? Sure, yeah. But you need Luka to be the best version of Luka on a regular basis. Where Luka, yes, you still want the best version of Luka on a regular basis, but if he has that bad night or if he does something wrong, you can still go and do, or default to LeBron, right? Like those are the things. I believe it's going to work. I just want to talk through all the pros and cons here because they need to be at least addressed. I just don't want people to have expectations that the two of them are just going to, boom, they're just game busters, baby. Woo! Like, give us the Larry O'Brien now. I think we'll get there, but there is a possibility that it takes a little while. There's a possibility where, again, you get a couple games and it's like, ooh, like, oh, we squeezed out that one. Or like, man, how do we lose to this team, right? Because, obviously other guys have to show up too. You have to bring up the energy and the effort and all that stuff. But also, like, I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers rattle off like 8 straight wins because there's probably going to be like this high, right? Got Luka, got Mark Williams, got a new roster. Everyone, no one, Rui's like, I didn't get traded. Gabe Vincent's like, I didn't get traded, right? Reeves is like, I didn't get traded, even though I probably wasn't going to get traded regardless, but hey, I didn't get traded, right? Now you know your team, now you know everything. Usually see guys play better come post-trade deadline, right? Because they know, okay, I'm good, I can settle into my role here a little bit. Now you add in the hype of Luka, right? You add in the hype of Mark Williams, and then it's just boom, right? So don't be shocked at the Lakers. You look up and the Lakers are like the 3 seed, right? And it's just pure because everybody's just playing at a super high level. But then that high is going to come down a little bit, right? And that might be where you start to see a little bit of the cracks because now guys aren't working as hard, right? Guys kind of, now you're kind of defaulting to, before this recent like 11-game stint or what, a 12-game stint, right? Like it's like, wait, what happened to that team, right? Obviously, they're going to lose games. They're not going to go, 40-0 or whatever it is the rest of the way. But again, there's big difference between like, boom, you get this high because new teams don't know how to prepare, right? The game plan, it's like, do we double team Luka? Do we double team LeBron? Like it's going to be a nightmare matchup, right? Austin Reeves is going to benefit greatly because he's not going to have to deal with like the second or third best defensive or perimeter defender. Those guys are going to be on Luka and LeBron. Austin Reeves is going to be out there like, oh, this guy's guarding me? Barbecue chick, give me the rock. Like, about to cook this guy, right? Like, so there's a lot to be excited about. Will it work? Yes. I wholeheartedly believe it'll work. I wholeheartedly believe that they'll figure it out, right? Like, why did Westbrook and LeBron not work, right? Because Westbrook, 1, the IQ, and 2, can't shoot. He can't do anything else, right? He wants to do everything exactly like LeBron. He wants to put his head down and get to the basket, be on ball, get a triple-double, but, like, he can't shoot, he can't play off, he can't do any of that stuff, right? And when things get bad, it's always default to LeBron, give LeBron the ball and let him figure it out, right? Well, now you won't have that problem because you have Luka, right? Luka's going to be on ball. Luka's going to handle the stuff. LeBron will work around Luka. So, yes, it will work. Again, might be a little bit of a learning curve. Might not. Might be great right out the gate, but just want people to calm expectations and don't be shocked if it's like, why does this look so bad to start, right? Just things to keep in mind. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mix in the middle? Do you think that it works? Do you think it's not going to work? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.